Hello everyone, this is Angela and welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, share the videos, comment and click the notifications bell so you will know whenever I upload new content. Today I decided to do a reading on Mr. Frank R. James and the factors that motivated his behavior in the New York City subway mass shooting. Before I begin, I would first like to say that I wish the best for the victims of the New York City subway shooting. I am praying for their speedy recovery and that they will get back to normal as soon as possible. I'm also delighted that Frank James is in custody and that everyone can sleep a little bit better knowing that he is off the streets. So I decided to do an oracle reading regarding Frank James because I felt that it was necessary to understand why he did it. It can also help others in understanding the factors that played into his heinous decision to harm others. And as it goes, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged and so on and so forth. So I usually consult two oracles, and the first one is the Medu Neter Oracle. The next one is going to be the I Ching Oracle. And so let's get into it. So the question that I asked was, please comment about the motivating factors of Frank James's decision to commit a mass shooting on the New York City subway in Brooklyn. So the Medu Neter Oracle is revealing two cards. The first one is going to be Tahuti Temtachayas, and the next one afterwards, is going to be Gab Tutachayas. So let's talk about the first card, which is Tahuti, and it's in a Temtachayas position. Tahuti is a deity or an energy that represents wisdom, the cool, calm, collected, and all-seeing wisdom that solves even the most difficult issues. Tahuti is also representative of older men. So looking at this reading, it shows that Mr. James was very concerned, one would even say nervous, about how this period of his life would unfold. And so going back to Geb is a deity or an energy that is associated with material wealth, such as like a mansion, a luxury car, the posh and high lifestyle. Also, Geb can signify material wealth along with earthbound needs, the practical things such as food, shelter, resources, and basically the day-to-day things that people need in order to survive. So with Tahuti in the first position, it shows that this was his motivating factor. It was a very unwise thing that he did. Tim Chachayas is a negative response for this deity. So he was being very unwise, and also it can signify that all of the things that he has done up until this point in time in his life is unwise and has been unwise. So now he's trying to figure out how he can achieve the material needs, which is represented by Geb, in a way to secure himself. So I suspect that based on this response from the oracle, he decided that, hey, it'll be easier for me to be in jail than to be homeless. At least I am guaranteed to get food, I'm guaranteed shelter, and let me play crazy a little bit so maybe I can get into the psych ward. I'm already getting federal charges, so I may end up in federal prison behind this. So based on the oracle response, the Medu Neter oracle response, it appears that these were the motivating factors. Now let's move on to the I Ching reading. Now the I Ching reading, it yields 2 hexagrams for the same question, which was, please comment about the motivating factors of Frank James's decision to commit a mass shooting on the New York City subway in Brooklyn. The first hexagram, number 11, is titled Peace, and it has a broken line at the, it has 6 lines, And what it's saying is that of the 6 lines, the 4th line is broken, and this yields hexagram number 34, which is titled Great Power. So let's go back to hexagram number 11, which is titled Peace. This hexagram gives instructions on how to properly secure and how to properly maintain peace. So it is basically saying, here is the correct way to do it. Here is how peace is supposed to be obtained and how it's supposed to be maintained, not the way that you're currently doing it. Okay, so that's what overall hexagram number 11 is saying. Sorry, that's my phone. Okay, so let's move along to the 4th line of this hexagram. This broken 4th line gives advice on how to truly achieve harmony within a group. So what it's saying is that you have to allow everyone to have their individuality, their own space to be free, and live according to universal truths. It advises against joining little cliques, and I've firmly believe that the reason why it brings up the advice about cliques is because Mr. Frank James was an avid follower of the Black Manosphere. So this is what this hexagram is referring to. It also advises against pushing people to be a certain and unreasonable way. So, and it also advises that harmony begins by working with those who are closest to you. So in other words, what this hexagram is saying, number 11 with this broken line at the 4th, is saying basically worry about your own self, worry about your own situation, because what you're perceiving to be a problem in someone else may not actually be a problem. The problem is with you. You need to work on yourself. That's what it's saying. So moving along, it yields the second hexagram, number 34, which is titled Great Power. The 34th hexagram gives instructions on how to properly obtain great power or great influence. It basically states that in order to achieve great power, one must avoid arrogance and not be pushy. You have to be adaptable and also be able to look inward at yourself. You have to improve yourself first before you can have an impact on others outside of you. So the I Ching is essentially stating that Frank James was lacking the peace and the power in the form of the respect that elders gain after toiling in their youth. He thought that he would find it in a clique, such as the Black Manosphere, and that obviously was not working. So this was the motivating factor behind his decision to commit the mass shooting on the New York City subway. There was no indication from the oracles of a mental illness. So this concludes the readings from both the Medu Neter and I Ching oracles. If you like my videos, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notifications bell. And I also have a Cash App, basically at Angela Hill Production. Feel free to drop a dollar or two if you'd like. Buy me a cup of coffee or something. Until next time, take care. Peace.